What is up, everybody? Welcome to the very first Boba Bricks review video. For the very first set in this series, we are starting with a fairly recent one. Today, we are going to be looking at 75372 Clone Trooper and Battle Droid Battle Pack, which is rated for ages 7 and up, comes with 215 pieces, and retails for $29.99 in the US. The original release date was last year, January of 2024, so I am a little late to the set, but you gotta start somewhere. Taking a look at the box, we see the opening battle from the Clone Wars movie, where the clones and droids are facing off on Christophsis. We've got a little speeder, a little barricade, and they are fighting against an Octupara droid. We can take a look at our minifigures on the bottom of the box. We get 4 clone troopers in total, and then we get 5 battle droids. As we turn the set around and take a look at the back of the box, we can see the set really start to come to life. We've got the figures all in different battle positions, and we can see the Octupara looming just right behind them. The staff is swooshing in, clone troopers are everywhere. It really is just a perfect battle in a box kind of set, and we'll see that when we actually take a look at the set itself. But we get everything displayed really nicely. Lastly, in the top right corner, we get a look at the play features, which will be shown throughout the set. Taking a look at the set and opening up the box, we see we have a couple of pull tabs. Flipping it around, let's just pop this bad boy open. And now that we have the set open, let's just dump out the contents and let's see what's inside. We've got bag 1, bag 2, bag 3, and lastly we have our 2 instruction manuals. No stickers in this one, thank goodness. Looking at the contents, we just have our 3 bags and the instruction manuals, which looks like it'll be a pretty short build. Which, speaking of, let's just get right into the speed build. Speed build! Just like that, after a pretty fairly easy build, it only took me around 30 minutes. Very simple, mostly minifigures. Our set is ready. Before we get into those builds, I think it's a good idea to take a look at those minifigures. Starting with minifigures, let's talk about one of the most common ones in the set, the classic Clone Trooper. Now, turning this bad boy around, we see they really captured a lot of the details pretty correctly. Now, I have my reference photo to the right just to double check and see if there's anything missing, but it really is just a good figure. The only thing I could point out is the helmet holes, but I'm pretty in the middle of the road with them, so I don't really have anything else I could add to it. But other than that, it's a good clone trooper and a very, very good army builder. Now, moving on to our next clone trooper, we have the Coruscant Guard, otherwise known as the Shock Trooper. Now, this one is pretty similar to the regular basic clone trooper, except it has red markings. And to the right, I have my reference photo again, and so far it looks like all the markings are correct. There's some arm printing that could be done, but other than that, it is pretty good. Especially when you take into consideration the most recent Captain Fox, all his red markings weren't really in the correct spot, and some of them were even pinkish. So comparing that to this one, I'd say it's a pretty good Coruscant Guard. Now onto the droids, which, starting with probably the most common droid ever, is the regular B1 battle droid. We've seen this guy literally everywhere since 1999, and I'd say he's perfect. I don't really think there's much to change about the battle droid. He's just that good, undefeated. And now, last but certainly not least for the droids, we have the Super Battle Droid, which has seen some minor updates since the last couple ones. The very first one being a weird sand blue color, I'll throw up a photo right now, as well as the second one just not having some of the correct molding marks. So this one having that little red dot, even though it's not red, but there's a little dimple. It's just so perfect, and it's such a minor upgrade, but this new mold I think is probably my favorite, and this is such a good set to get a bunch in. Having taken a look at each and every figure, I really think this is a pretty well-rounded set when it comes to the figures. I feel you've got a pretty good offensive to your clones. I feel the droids really balance out, and I just feel the playing field is even, The best way I've been able to put it is, it really is a battle in a box, which, I mean, this is a battle pack, so it really should feel like that, and I really do think it does do a good job of succeeding at being that. Taking a look at the build, we're going to go smallest to biggest, so let's start with the clone side on this. We've got a little barracks, and then we've got a little crate. So let's take a look at that crate first. So it's just pretty simple, it's just a little crate, and you can pop the top off, and inside we've got a little thermal detonator for your clones to, like grab, chuck, throw, blow up, And it's just a really fun play feature just to hide something, Moving on from the crate, we've got the little barracks, which a clone can, stand behind, and you can pretend he's like shooting off the little turret, as well as the walls are made up of 2 small shields. So you can fit a stud into that gun, just pop it right in, and then go to town with shooting, Moving on from the clone barracks, we have the second build for the clones, which is a little speeder bike. Now this speeder bike is very reminiscent of the ones found on Endor, except these have like red and white accents to match the clone side. Now the speeder bike itself can hold up to 2 clones. One can be piloting, driving around, and the other can sit in the back and work the guns. Now these guns are the ones they usually hold, so they don't actually shoot any projectiles, but the ones on the side are stud launchers, so those you can actually load and operate and, actually fire at things. So like with the little turret, we just take a little stud, we load it back into the gun, and then again just go to town with firing. It's a pretty simple feature. Moving on from the clones, we're now taking a look at the droid side of things. First being a small stap speeder. Now this stap is like an upright speeder instead of like the sitting one, like with the clones. And it's a very compact build, like it's very small, but it's very sturdy. Especially on the clear display stand, it just looks so sleek and so like you could really zoom on by on it. The front has a very rounded body, but then the back you just kind of see how the frame is built up, and then we've got the 2 engines, we've got the 2 blasters on the top, and then also on the back, that top part that clips in also acts as a handle for the battle droid. For example, we can just take our battle droid right here, and he's got the sideways hands, so they're made to be able to clip into it, and so you can just pop both of those hands in there, and then you can just pop him right on there. You can bend him, you can pose him, and then you can really just display him how you want, and he looks very, very sleek. Like, that just looks so, just right there could be a display. I'm telling you. Moving this guy out of the way, let's get on to the last and biggest build of the set, the Octopara droid. Being the biggest thing in the set doesn't mean just taking up most of the pieces, but it also means towering over the figures. The droid's tall, thin legs all connect up to the main body. The body has 3 eyes, and the head is movable. The head is made up of a little sphere, and it's got 3 little, nose things, which are technically blasters in universe. Fairly simple build, the legs are pretty sturdy. You can really just move them around, kind of pull them in any which direction, and they won't really fall off. You can, pose him however you want. He's pretty sturdy. He'll fall over a little bit, and you can really throw him around, literally. One of the play features advertised on the back of the box are the flick fire missiles, which are integrated into the legs that are connected at the base of the body. Oh, and you can pose the droid like this. I'm not sure why you would want to do that, but that is an option, so I thought I'd share it. Yup. Final thoughts. So the thesis of this set is that it's a battle pack. So that means it should include a whole battle, right? And does it succeed at that? Well, I believe it does. At $29.99, it's a harsh price, but for what you get a pretty dynamic battle, you can really set up your clones, and if you collect these, you can really quickly grow your army. The minifigures and the builds complement each other pretty well, and the builds aren't bad ones. Like, the Octopara looks really good, that staff is really sleek, and the speeder's just alright. It's not the best, but it is a good addition. Altogether, I feel like this set is worth it for the price tag. It's a hard pill to swallow, but for this one, I think it is most definitely worth it. Unlike some other battle packs, which I may be taking a look at soon. Overall, I like this set. It's a good army builder, and I like the figures, and I think it's just an overall good, complete package. For my scoring system, I will be ranking this out of 10 gold studs, and I will be giving this set 8 gold studs out of 10. I think it's a good set, I think it's well-rounded, but I still think that price is just a little thing that notches it down from being just so good. Well, those were my final thoughts on the Clone Trooper and Battle Droid Battle Pack. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be posting next Friday, and I'll keep on that schedule. I hope you guys enjoyed it, so stay tuned for more reviews and even some mock videos, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.